आपके बहुत सारे फैंस हैं और वो आपकी फिल्म की वेट करते हैं मेनली. What does Imtiaz Ali do in this? Is this a break time or is this your process that takes time?
While they are waiting for my films to come out more desperately than them, I'm waiting for my films to come out. It has taken me a long time to come out with a film, but hopefully after this, very quick, one after the other.
You taking a decision of making a movie is a big decision for you. What was that decision that you thought इस पे तो film बननी चाहिए? This deserves to be told.
When I started to get to know more and more about Chamkila's life, I realized that he is reflecting the same qualities of Punjab in his life. He's the most popular artist of Punjab, at least of his time. He got so much criticism that it actually was life-threatening for him, and then finally took his life. And वो इतना ज़मीन से जुड़ा हुआ इंसान था ना कि मुझे लगा कि इस फिल्म को करने के चक्कर में मैं भी थोड़ा सा शायद उसकी तरह ज़मीन से जुड़ जाऊँ.
You think that was one of the difference between his work and Sidhu Moosewala's work, who would also express through his songs?
The songs that I've heard of Sidhu Moosewala are very different in texture from Chamkila, but one thing is common. They were both extremely popular in the grassroots. And they were very influential, and they did talk about what was happening around them.
Always, right.
So those were the common things.
Diljit was saying कि वो पहले ही बनाने वाले थे इस पे, फिर उन्होंने सुना आप बना रहे हो, पता नहीं आप मुझे लोगे कि नहीं. What was the first meeting with him? Because he is such a grounded guy himself.
He has made a film which is called Jodi, which is kind of loosely inspired from Chamkila. उसने narrate किया मुझे कि जी हमने ये बनाया है.
अच्छा.
Already.
Okay.
तो ये सही है कि आप जो बना रहे हो उसमें आप फिर भी मुझे ही लेना चाहते हो तो मैं करूँगा. तो it was a reverse narration. It was quite funny. Hi, I'm Imtiaz Ali. Please watch my interview on Chamkila only on Bollywood Hungama.
Imtiaz, welcome to Bollywood Hungama. Always very happy to meet you and chat with you about your movies.
Thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
Right. Imtiaz, आपके बहुत सारे फैंस हैं जो हमें कहीं ना कहीं मिलते रहते हैं एंड ये पूछते हैं इम्तियाज़ अली से आप कब मिलोगे, हमें कब मिलाओगे, और वो आपकी फिल्म की वेट करते हैं मेनली. काफ़ी वेट करना पड़ता है. तो व्हाट वुड यू लाइक टू टेल देम दैट व्हाट डज इम्तियाज़ अली डू इन दिस? इज दिस अ ब्रेक टाइम और इज दिस योर प्रोसेस दैट टेक्स टाइम?
Well, I would like to tell them that while they are waiting for my films to come out more desperately than them, I'm waiting for my films to come out.
Right.
And I promise on their behalf to myself that now the wait will be less. I will try my best to make films more rapidly.
Right.
And there are so many stories that I want to tell, and it has taken me a long time to come out with a film. But hopefully after this, very quick, one after the other.
That's great news for them. Whoever is watching, this is amazing to hear from you.
Because when you make films, then you make songs, then you make scenes, and there's so much. Then you travel, then you meet people. It's very rich.
Right.
So I want to do this again and again.
Right, but you do have a process which takes fair amount of time, right?
It does, because especially when I'm writing, that takes time. And as a director, I don't value the writer that I am. And vice versa. And both of these jobs are combined. But I also, बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं ना जो मैं करने को बहुत greedy भी हूँ. I want to be there for music sittings. I want to be there for even costume discussions. And I enjoy all the things that are in filmmaking. So सब करने में मुझे कभी-कभी वक्त लग जाता है.
But तभी आप बनाते हो जो बनाते हो, तभी results आती है ऐसी.
हाँ, मतलब मैं इसलिए करता हूँ क्योंकि मुझे मजा आता है. And I hope it works for people.
Right.
But yes, I am determined to make films more rapidly.
Nice, that is really good. If I take you back, has anything changed in your process when you made Chamkila? If पहली फिल्म पे लेके जाऊं, do you take now, are there more pressures of commercial success, reaching more audience, keeping your music, your music is known, keeping that bar always high like you do? Are you someone who ever takes that stress?
Not deliberately, because somehow I think all directors are shameless enough to not care beyond a point of time.
Right.
Because actually कुछ पता भी नहीं होता है ना. बहुत सारे जो हम calculations की बात करते हैं कि ये hit होगा कि flop होगा, वो जिन आंकड़ों या जिस कैलकुलेशन पे आधारित है, वो कैलकुलेशन सब रॉन्ग भी हो जाते हैं. कभी-कभी कोई ऐसी चीज चल जाती है जिसका एकदम एक्सपेक्टेड नहीं था. तो people like me have to fall back upon the fact that is this good, am I liking it, Do I think that people will enjoy it? Am I happy to present it to people?
Right.
That kind of a basic instinctive decision making से मैं चलता हूँ.
Right.
Sometimes people understand it down the line. I have been very lucky. I've always had very good companions down the way. But sometimes they don't understand it.
Right.
And much as I like success, there is also many learnings that failure will give me
True. Yeah.
or has given me. So I treat them with equality.
Right. Like sometimes, some unexpectedly, some film will do well. Do you keep a track of what's doing well? Do you go and watch that? And also, that does that change your mind that maybe people are enjoying this, I can't make this?
Oh yeah, yeah. See, I enjoy a lot of things in other people's movies which I can't do.
Okay.
There are so many things like that I enjoy. Similarly, I feel that as an artist or as a person, you go through changes, and there is something that people like in something that you've done, but आप फिर से वो नहीं बना सकते ना आपको बनाने मैं नहीं कोशिश करता हूँ to replicate that primarily honestly because वो फिर मेरे लिए बहुत एक boring journey होगी. You never go back in life, time always travels forward, and if people say yeah you should make this film again, and you should just take it as a compliment and move on, and you see what is it that honestly you can present,
Right.
and hope for the best success. I'm not
hope
saying
for the
that.
best
Hope
success.
for the and what is success for us? Success is that people love it. It was popular in people. So that's a great compliment.
And your films are, wherever we have gone to give lectures to students, there will be that student who will get up and say Tamasha is their favorite film. There is always that. So you have made that. You have managed that.
Thank you.
Right. Coming to Chamkila, आपने सबसे पहले इनके बारे में कब सुना था लाइफ में?
मैं पंजाब जाकर के शूट अक्सर करता रहा हूँ.
जी.
एंड सबसे पहले मैंने पंजाब की ही किसी विजिट में शायद जब वी मेट के वक्त में या किसी उसके बाद कभी मैंने सुना था, और कहने वाला जो बंदा था वो है राजेश शर्मा, जो उस वक्त हेड ऑफ प्रोडक्शन हुआ करता था. राजेश शर्मा हैज वर्कड विद मी फ्रॉम जब वी मेट टाइम्स.
Wow, okay.
So he being from from Himachal, is Punjabi speaking. So he used to tell me about Chamkila because he was aware of Chamkila even at that time. अब फिर जब मैं वहाँ जाता था तो चमकीले की बात इसलिए उठती थी क्योंकि वहाँ किसी ढाबे पे बैठे हैं तो गाना उनका चल रहा है. अभी भी 36 years have happened since his death, but his songs are going on. And लोग कहते हैं कि भाई आपका फेवरेटेस्ट सिंगर कौन है? अगर आप किसी ट्रक ड्राइवर से पूछे, किसी ढाबे वाले से पूछे, या वैसे भी लोग जो मिलते हैं पंजाब में, एकदम जो देसी फेवरेटेस्ट कौन है, तो वो चमकीले का नाम आता था.
Then you started work on it. What stood out that you taking a decision of making a movie is a big decision for you. What was that decision that you thought इस पे तो film बननी चाहिए? This deserves to be told.
Well, I was very fascinated by Punjab, the fact that Punjab has had a mixture of opposites in it. That there is so much glory, but there is so much bloodshed. At the same time, there is so much mystical value, so many kalam, so many great saints. At the same time, so many conquerors who have come and trampled upon the heads of Punjab. So I was always fascinated by this. When I started to get to know more and more about Chamkila's life, I realized that he is reflecting the same qualities of Punjab in his life. Because the same people that loved him more than they loved anyone else. He's the most popular artist of Punjab, at least of his time. Highest record selling. But they were the reasons that he got so much criticism that it actually was life-threatening for him. And then finally took his life.
Took his life.
So, जो दो धारी तलवार होती है ना, of popularity, that he was afflicted by. So I thought that man at the age of 27, desperate, coming from the lowest strata of society, trying to make a name for himself, trying to make a living for and dealing with criticism and praise for the exact same thing. So I thought, and for an artist, how would he have taken it? How was everything that he did so popular? What was he thinking? एंड वो इतना ज़मीन से जुड़ा हुआ इंसान था ना कि मुझे लगा कि इस फिल्म को करने के चक्कर में मैं भी थोड़ा सा शायद उसकी तरह जमीन से जुड़ जाऊं.
Really? Right, that's really nice to hear. So many artists express through their, whatever their art form is.
जी.
उन्होंने एक्सप्रेस किया म्यूजिक से, वो काफी कुछ बोल देते थे सोसाइटी को जो उनको बोलना था थ्रू हिज म्यूजिक. What all did you learn about him through this process? What would you like to tell people who don't know still?
Well, I would like to say about Chamkila that he was a slave of his audience. Like he wanted to always please the audience. He could never refuse his audience, which is why he ended up doing more than 365 shows in 1 year.
Wow.
And these shows weren't happening in the same venue. He had to travel to different villages to do these.
It's true earlier, not now. Yeah.
हाँ, earlier. बहुत मुश्किल था, बहुत मुश्किल था. वो सारे लोग एक ही एम्बेसडर गाड़ी के अंदर भर करके. एक दफा एक किस्सा है कि उनको किसी पुलिस वाले ने पकड़ लिया कि भाई आप लोग जा कहाँ रहे हो, अभी तो इमरजेंसी का वक्त है, जो भी है. सो उन्होंने कहा जी हम फलानी जगह गाना गाने जा रहे हैं. तो उसने बोला कि सब बाहर उतरो, बाहर उतरो. तो जो लोग उतरना शुरू हुए उतने सारे थे
एक गाड़ी में.
उन्होंने बोला 1 मिनट मैं आपको छोड़ दूंगा, कोई चार्ज नहीं करूंगा, आप बैठ के दिखाओ कैसे इतने लोग हट सकते हो. तो वो उस तरह से बैठ के जाया करते थे. So they used to travel, but he also was a very real man who also didn't want to leave any show because he thought that if he leaves it, some other musician will come and take his place.
Also, yeah.
He was extremely insecure also, and he couldn't get rid of it because अगर और जिंदगी होती तो फिर maybe he would have conquered it. But as a young man, he was always very insecure that this success will go away.
And he was not the first artist, and he will not be he was not the last artist as well to express through his music. You think these are the art forms that should somewhere have a message as well, along with there are many people who make just for entertainment, which is great, but there are still many people who express.
I feel that the message expresses itself when you are not giving the message. I feel that artists should also not take themselves too seriously. I believe that art is bigger than the artist. I believe that when you connect, things happen through you also. And you should not, sometimes when you try to give a message, it's not as powerful as the message that is intrinsically in the in your art. For instance, क्या है कि चमकीला ने कभी भी कोई सीरियस गाना, मतलब उन्होंने धार्मिक गाने बनाए, but let me say that he never made a song about the bad political situation or the violence of Punjab.
Okay.
Right. But he was the highest selling artist of Punjab in the worst times. So जब वो मतलब when the 80s were going on in Punjab, it was a very, very bad time. Okay. And in that time of insecurity, desperation, violence, at that point of time, that was the golden period for Chamkila.
Okay.
मगर उनके जो गाने होते थे वो गम या तकलीफ के नहीं होते थे, वो खुशी के होते थे, सेलिब्रेशन के होते थे. तो आपको ओवरऑल मैसेज दैट कम्स थ्रू इज दैट देयर इज समथिंग इन ह्यूमन बीइंग्स दैट नीड एट अ टाइम ऑफ डिस्पोंडेंसी सम एंटरटेनमेंट एंड रिलीफ. एंड एज एन आर्टिस्ट लेट मी एंटरटेन देम. Let me not tell them about life. If they don't want to hear. उनको तो life दिख रही है यार, life is harsh. What he wants from me is some entertainment, some relief.
Right.
So let me give it to him.
Right. You think that was one of the, I mean, there were many differences, but that was one of the difference between his work and Sidhu Moosewala's work, who would also express through his songs.
The songs that I've heard of Sidhu Moosewala are very different in texture from Chamkila, but one thing is common. They were both extremely popular in the grassroots. And they were very influential, and they did talk about what was happening around them.
Always, right.
So those were the common things.
Right. Your music is something people wait for, and people keep listening to your earlier music as well till then. You got the same group again, you'll be working with Rahman Saab, and we all love him. Tell us, one is that what was the first meeting with them where you said, because this is bigger than anything, this is about music, about a musician.
Yeah, that is true. So the first meeting with Rahman sir, when I told him I'm making this film and requested him to be a part of it, he said that he was always waiting to make a full Punjabi album.
Oh, nice.
Like an album which is in which all songs will be placed in Punjab.
Okay.
And also there is a lot of music which is the original songs of Chamkila, which are in Punjabi, which are not changing to Hindi.
Right.
Which are in Punjabi, which Diljit and Parineeti sing, and we have recorded them singing live in the in the akhadas, in the shoot. So it's like live shooting for songs. But Rahman sir has composed the other songs which will play in the background.
Right.
Chamkila will not be seen singing these songs.
You know, coming to the casting, I was there at the Netflix event when you all were there. Diljit was saying कि वो पहले ही बनाने वाले थे इस पे, फिर उन्होंने सुना आप बना रहे हो, पता नहीं आप मुझे लोगे कि नहीं. What was the first meeting with him? Because he is such a grounded guy himself.
Yeah, so you know, he has made a film which is called Jodi,
Yes.
which is kind of loosely inspired from Chamkila.
Okay.
But he's made a fiction film, so it's not as though. So, but then when I was making Chamkila and he heard, so he, in fact, usually क्या होता है, आप एक्टर से मिलते हो, एक्टर को आप यानी कि स्टोरी टेलर या डायरेक्टर नरेट करता है कहानी, ये कहानी है, तो उसने नरेट किया मुझे कि जी हमने ये बनाया है
अच्छा.
ऑलरेडी.
Okay.
तो ये सही है कि आप जो बना रहे हो उसमें आप फिर भी मुझे ही लेना चाहते हो तो मैं करूँगा. तो it was a reverse narration. It was quite funny.
There's something about Diljit also that people love, like, you know, grassroots. He in fact cuts across, you know, all strata, cities, urban. Every audience
Yeah.
loves him. What did you observe that, you know, that's about him?
He's a pure man. He is what he is.
Okay.
And I think that is a quantity that will always cut through.
Right. That is a, you know, because everybody used to think that, you know, he's so nice and so perfect and so well mannered. Is this an act that he's putting, or is this a guy?
No, he is like that.
Okay.
He is what he is. And I'm not, I mean, like, and also he's very grounded. He knows that he's from a village. He has that bhasha. He embraces it also. And his life is a unique life because the life of many artists of his caliber and his popularity is unique. However, he is a pure person. He's seeking.
Right.
He's a person who's a seeker.
Right. And, you know, making something on Chamkila is also one huge responsibility, because everyone, when you go there, they think Chamkila is like, man, hamara Chamkila. Like,
That is true. हाँ, तो मतलब ये जो सारे पंजाब के भाइयों बहनों से मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि ये आप ही की कहानी है
जी.
तो मैंने ऐसा नहीं है कि इसमें अपना कुछ मिलाया, मैंने आपसे ही सीख करके ये आपके लिए बनाया है.
Right.
इसको खराब करने की नहीं, मगर पंजाबी में न बना करके हिंदी में बनाने का हमने ये फैसला इसलिए किया क्योंकि आई थिंक दैट चमकीला इज अ वेरी बिग स्टार. ही शुड बी. मुझे लगा कि अगर हम इसको हिंदी में बनाएंगे तो और ज़्यादा लोग देखेंगे, जो लोग पंजाबी नहीं जानते हैं, जो चमकीले के बारे में शायद सुना भी नहीं होगा जिन्होंने, उनको भी ये कहानी सुननी ज़रूरी है. बल्कि हो सके तो दुनिया भर में ये कहानी अगर फैल जाए तो ये सुननी ज़रूरी है, बिकॉज ये बहुत अहम चीज़ है पंजाब की. एंड द फ्लेवर ऑफ पंजाब should always spread outside. It has always spread outside and you know, तो मुझे लगा कि पंजाब ऐसी चीज़ नहीं है, इसकी जो खुशबू है ये फैलनी चाहिए.
Nice. You know, do you want to tell the viewers a little bit about, you know, both of them? You know, Parineeti's character you cast also because she can sing. What did you observe about their relationship? Chamkila and his partner's relationship.
The beautiful thing about Chamkila and Amarjot was that music was involved in their love story, and the love for performing live was involved in their love story.
Okay.
So it's like एक artist चाहता है ना कि हमारा यही चलता रहे, हम रिहर्स ही करते रहें, हम प्ले करते रहें, हम परफॉर्म करें ऑडियंस के सामने, वो हमारी एक ज़िंदगी एक कैरावैन जैसी रहे. तो ये उनकी वैसी ज़िंदगी थी. ऐसा लगता था कि जैसे सर्कस का एक क्रू होता है ना, जो साथ में चलता है और जगह जगह रुक करके शो करता रहता है, उसी तरह की ज़िंदगी थी. एंड बोथ, आई थिंक द लव ऑफ दैट life and the love of music and performance was the common ground on which their relationship was based.
Right.
It was not based on what is right, what is moral.
Okay.
It was not based on what is ethical and legal.
Right.
It was based on love of a different kind.
Right. You know, आने से पहले Saregama was very kind to give me the music. I watched all your songs.
Oh, you did?
I loved, you know, I watched it many times over and over again because the way you've shot, you know, the way you've shot, I felt like I'm in Punjab, I'm in that household. Could you tell the viewers who have just seen 2 songs that are out, 2-3 songs that are out, but what do you want to tell them, that what should they expect from this album?
Well, all songs, there are 6 songs in this
6
album.
Right.
That Rahman sir has composed and we have made and we have picturized. The songs are very different from each other. There are 2 songs that are out. One is Main Hu Punjab, Ishq Mitai, and the second one is the one that releases today. It's called Naram Kalja.
Yes.
It is our favorite time in shooting in Punjab, and it features like more than 300 women.
Wow.
Almost none of them had ever even seen a camera or shooting or anything in their life, or even done like real performing dance. So these are the real faces, the real women of Punjab, and it's a beautiful experience having made this song with them. This one comes out. Then there is a song, ki Tu Kya Jaane,
Yeah, I love that. I
which
really
is
love that.
yeah, thank you. That's a romantic song from the
Yes.
girl's point of view. So that's about the in the relationship of Amar and Chamkila.
Right.
Then there's a song called Mainu Bida Karo.
Yes.
And there is a song called Bol Mohabbat, which is like a chant of when popularity and threat come to you together.
Okay.
And an artist is still going forward and performing. And उसमें बुल्ले शाह की line है कि बुल्ले शाह ओ दिए ओ जाने मैनू अपनी तोड़ निभावन दे. So I would like to say to everybody that भाई हमने अपनी निभाई है.
बिल्कुल.
आपको पसंद आए फिल्म यही चाहते हैं.
Right. You are someone who shoots with so much detail. Now people may be watching your film on their mobile phone while going on a train, on a bus. Are you someone who would still prefer a big screen experience to give them a big screen experience?
Yeah.
Or you've accepted कि अभी आजकल लोग ऐसे देखते हैं?
See, I feel that the world goes on, new things come, you must try them out. I believe that I am a big screen viewer and a big screen director.
Right.
But I'm very willing to go ahead and try new things in life. And I'm not close to anything, but I can't also change the fact that when I'm imagining a film, I'm always looking at a big screen.
Right,
in
you're
my
always
mind.
looking at a big screen. Do you in the process when you're making things, do you get time to go and watch other movies? Is that your thing or?
No, I watch some movies. I can't watch too many films somehow. I love movies, but I can't watch too many films. Like I watch one film and I enjoy it a lot.
Okay.
So I want to invest that attention to it. And same with music. Yes, I do, and I'd love to watch films on the big screen.
Right. What would Imtiaz Ali do on an ideal day? If you had the day off today, you were not filming, you were not doing anything, would you read a book? Would you listen to music? Would you watch a movie? What would your day be like?
Well, I know that writing is my job and filming is my job, but I want to do a bit of it every day because it centers me.
Okay, you make sure you write. Okay.
The days that I don't do any work are not happy days for me. थोड़ा सा करना चाहता हूँ, तो it kind of makes me feel connected. So that definitely. Then I want to hang with my friends. I want to hang with family, with my daughter, and have a lot of tea, and talk, and perhaps watch a film.
Right. There are 2-3 ways of learning what's happening and being aware of the society. One is reading, one is traveling, and one is just meeting people. Do you believe these are the 3 things that will open everyone's outlook? What do you do?
I feel as you can tell, I'm a big proponent of travel. I feel that travel really opens your mind, educates you in the way that one needs to be educated. Follow and travel is nothing without meeting people. I think people is the most important thing about travel because each one is such a unique story.
Right.
And travel really opens your mind. It tells you music, it tells you script, attitude, costume, so many things. It's really beautiful. And followed by, so I think travel and people are the same for me. And followed by books, and then movies and other arts.
Right. Lastly, I want to ask you, this is a very important question. Audiences are getting younger and younger. So the moviegoers are getting younger. We are not. How do you make sure that the age gap between the filmmaker, you and the audience is less? That we have to cater to them. They have to like everything. Will they like what? If you're true to your roots, what you've always made, or will you sometimes make something to please them?
No. The thing is, there is a lot within you that you can make, and there is within that the audience will like or not like things. You cannot make anything with the approximation that ये target मुझे तो नहीं पसंद आ रहा but शायद audience को पसंद आए. You'll always like I don't believe in that.
Right.
वो तो आंख बंद करके निशाना लगाना होता है. आपको खुद पसंद आनी चाहिए चीज और आपको जो पसंद आती है उसमें बहुत सारा रेंज होता है. एंड इट्स नॉट एज दो आप देखेंगे कि स्टैटिस्टिकली ऑल्सो ऐसा नहीं है कि जब डायरेक्टर की उम्र ज्यादा होती है तो उसकी फिल्में यंग ऑडियंस में कम चलती है. ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है. Roald Dahl is one of the biggest writers for children. Roald Dahl is nowhere. In fact, when he was younger, his books and stories were for younger people, like for older people. Now that he's older, same thing with Shakespeare. Like शेक्सपियर की जो सबसे ज़्यादा पॉपुलर और ख़ास करके जो यूथफुली पॉपुलर स्टोरीज हैं और प्लेज हैं वो उन्होंने अपनी ज़्यादा उम्र में लिखा. Yeah, sometimes when you are young you try to impress the public and then when you are older you have more love and you have more like you're more disarming and you can talk in a way that young people understand more. Even in my life I don't think like Rockstar was very popular with young people.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Highway was very Tamasha was so popular with young people. It's not like I made Tamasha was like my sixth film or something like that. Okay, so I don't think that वो ना आप I don't think there is anything called young. I feel that there is something called like free spirit.
Right.
You know,
which you have.
Which if you write with or if you make films with, I think people connect.
Nice. That's why we love talking to you. You know, at the start you said you will make it, you know, rapidly. So after Chamkila, are you sorted what you're making, or you?
There are 3 stories.
There are 3 stories. Okay.
I've just finished writing a screenplay recently. So yeah, I'm very excited now. See which one of them actually comes. So मैंने तो अपना homework किया हुआ है सर. मैं अपने वादे पे को निभा रहा हूँ.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया उसके लिए. I have watched the songs. I can't wait to watch your movie.
Thank you so much. I hope you like.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Imtiaz Ali. Please watch my interview on Chamkila only on Bollywood Hungama.